wonderful,
iconic, show-stopping, beautiful,
gorgeous, stunning. I ran out.
Adjective.
Manny MUA.
Hi guys, and of
Laura
course,
Lee. And Laura Lee. And Laura Lee. Laura Lee in the house. So
you're like so with your gloss. You're like so.
Unhinge my jaw real quick.
Go ahead and unlatch that jaw
This is
and
the
swallow
Laura Lee Los
your gloss.
Angeles Nude Blossom Gloss, and you guys can use code Manny MUA on
You
Laura
guys
Lee
know
Los Angeles.
the one that's glittery.
Sparkling Iris. You like Sparkling Iris?
I do. I like that one. I think that's my favorite one of the three.
Oh my god, that's our second bestseller.
Is that your first one?
Nude Blossoms are number one.
Really? So they want like what's about a classic, more nude gloss.
A classic nude, but the Sparkling Iris is a close second. They love it.
It's so good. The Sparkling Iris, it's just such a good shade. I love like a glittery, well done gloss that's not tacky
you, my love.
or
goopy, gritty. Yep, very smooth. Thank you.
It's hard to find glittery glosses that are not that don't feel gritty.
That is true.
You know
That's
what I
what
mean?
people are complaining about the Road Beauty.
Dude,
the Road Beauty.
Actually, on mine
they
that
said
I had,
like
it was like
sands in it.
only one of the shades one, but it did have it.
That's strange that they would do that.
I mean, they clearly it was a lab error, obviously.
Oh, okay.
100%.
Got
like
it.
they
I
did
didn't
not.
realize.
There's no way they wanted
They thought
there to be
that was a good
grit.
idea.
Yeah, in their lip balm.
Because they don't make no
Definitely
sense.
a lavish show.
Okay, so basically TikTok is telling everybody that 2016 makeup's coming back. I don't really know how much I buy that.
I don't know how much I buy it either. I did a video on it though.
I did too.
I did like a revamped version of 2016 or how I would do 2016 nowadays. And it did well. People really liked it. They loved the glam. I'm not gonna lie, they loved.
I love that, by the way. I love the revamp version that you did.
Thank you.
If 2016 met 2024, like what that merge would look like. I love that. So I did a products you forgot existed video on TikTok just to rehash like the most popular products of 2016. And it kind of blew the fuck up and went crazy viral. And I don't know if it's because it was me doing it and I'm the guru from 2016,
yes,
it's
both.
But that was talking about the products from 2016. So it's just like the worlds collided in 2016.
100%.
But anyways, the comments were hilarious and they're just like, you just took me back to like a time warp because it's like you talking about these products right now. I'm like, I swear to God, they're like, I'm about to go back and watch YouTube videos again. And I was just like,
it's part of the nostalgia. I think that it really hits like the nostalgia way. Like we were a big part of a lot of people's like makeup journeys, especially back then. Like 2016 is now 8 years away. It was 8 years ago.
Manny, that's 2 years ago.
I know in my mind it's 2 years ago, but in reality it's 8 years ago.
That's crazy.
And so we are part of so many people's like journey, especially a lot of people like that are like
we were the Roman Empire of makeup, the Roman Empire of makeup.
We really were. A lot of things went down in those times. So we thought it'd be kind of fun to do a little like
rehashing.
A rehashing / drive down memory lane of 2016, 2017, 2018, which was like when really the beauty community was like, you know, when like before the bubble popped, before it burst at the time, it was like when it was really growing rapidly and it was very intense and it was becoming like an industry you could monetize.
It only took 2 years for the bubble to pop, by the way. Only 2 years for the bubble to pop. So it beauty did not stay
at the top forever.
It not for long at all, actually, which is interesting. But we'll get into that later.
Yes, we'll get into that a little bit more. But because I mean the beauty community is very much alive. It's just back. Not on YouTube.
It's back
as much.
I think it's full force back. I think that it's different now, but it's like full force back. Like it took a cooling off.
A little simmer.
A simmer.
And then
I think it came back and like 2020.
The pandemic hit.
I think after the pandemic, like it took to like 2022 to ignite. And I think the past 2 years it's been back full force.
For sure. I couldn't agree more. And it's been fun. It's been nice to see it'd be revamped and just in a fresher, different way.
Yeah.
You know? Because we were part of both. Like we're part of both in a sense. We're part of like the OG version of it. And now we're in this new version of it, which we are also part of.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
I know. Thank you to Adam and Eve for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage. You guys, guess what holiday's coming up?
Valentine's Day.
And I have the perfect shop for you. Check out adamandeve.com for Valentine's. They have different gifts and toys and outfits. And what's really cool is most of their products are 50% off.
it's honestly like kind of incredible. So if you guys want to go ahead and head over to adamandeve.com, be sure to use code FOOL. Again, that's code FOOL, FOOL. That's FOOL at adamandeve.com. So have a happy Valentine's Day. First meeting pit.
Well, what's going on in your world?
Should I do peak or pit first?
I like the bad news first.
You do.
Get it out of the way.
You do. You guys, I went on a horrible date. It was horrible. And I have not been on like a bad date in a while, like a bad one.
Manny texted me from the bathroom. That's how I know it was bad. If Manny responds to my text during his date, it's flopping. If I don't hear anything, it's probably going good.
I texted Laura in the bathroom. I was like, this is a fucking flop, dude. I went to go pee and I was like, this sucks. I'm ending the day early. So basically what had happened was we matched at this point in Hinge. Apparently we had met years ago, which I didn't remember. Apparently met 5 years ago. Didn't remember that, whatever.
That's a long time.
Didn't remember him at all. Did he look different, by the way? He looked like there was similarities, but he looked different in a capacity for sure. And I was like, I definitely don't remember us meeting, but like, let's catch up. So I said, let's catch up. Okay, I didn't say let's go on a date. I said, you know what? Let's go and catch up. I'll book us a res on this day. So then I did that. I'm on my way there, and this was already like apparently I shouldn't have done this. Like, or Gabriel was like, you shouldn't have even said that. So because he texted me, he was like, I don't know where to park. Like, I don't know what to do because we were going to this place, and I was like, I know there's valet there. So I was like, oh, why don't you just like try to find street parking like instead of valeting, like whatever, that's totally fine. And he was like, I can't find street parking. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm not there yet. I'm like 5 minutes away.
Did you say there's a valet?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to be like, for me to assume that he was going to like just pay for valet.
Okay.
So I was like, yo, I'll cover your valet. Just like and I'll cover mine, like just so that we can find parking.
Wait, so then you responded to him, just valet and I'll pay?
Yes. I said, I'll cover your valet. I'll cover your valet if you can't find parking. Because I didn't want him to think that I was like, just valet, dumb bitch. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. But I didn't say that. So he's like, I ended up finding a small spot like a couple blocks away. And I was like, okay, cool. But apparently like, Gabriel was like, you shouldn't even offer that. And I was like, well, I just didn't want to make it seem like I was like, just valet. Well, in LA, I will say, like, when you go out to eat, it like, I would say 9 times out of 10, you have to valet, which is normally a $14 fee. It's expensive. Yeah, it's there from 10 to 15. I'm not denying that, but it's like, that is like the LA, like standard. That's a standard. Like West Hollywood? No, anywhere. Even where we live, like anywhere. You have to valet. That's just what it is. It's the reality. You have to valet. There's no parking there. And so immediately like the vibe is like slightly off. Like I can just tell like he's not like as responsive as he was in messages on like Hinge, right? We were like talking on Hinge. He was very like receptive and talking, very intense. And in person he's very like, very like kind of like dry, a little dry. Side. So I'm like, okay, it's fine. Like I'll just kind of step forward and be like the slightly more extroverted one because he's giving me more introverted energy, right? So we sit down. Tell me why the entire time I'm just essentially asking him questions to fill the air. Oh. He doesn't ask me a single question the entire date that we're on. Doesn't ask me a single question. It's always just relying on me to carry the conversation. He just lets it kind of like go. And the second he's done with the thing, he just like stops. Baby, that's work. So I have to start a conversation again. Essentially, I was like, oh, well, like, what do you think about this? Or like, I would have to trail the conversation in a way to get somewhere. And I was like, fuck, I literally feel like I'm pulling teeth. That's work. I'm fucking pulling teeth. So now I was like, okay, like this is like just not going the way I want it to. Anyway, so I'm like, we get our food. I'm like, I'm so excited. Like, I'm such a foodie. Like, this is so much fun. Like, I love to eat. Like, it's my favorite. He's like, I hate eating. He's like, I fucking hate. He did not say I hate eating. He did. At a restaurant? He said, I hate eating. He's like, if I didn't have to eat, like, I wouldn't even eat. Like he's like, I'm not a foodie, don't really like to eat. He's like, I just do it because I have to. Okay, no judgment. I cannot hang with people that don't eat. Laura, if I would have known that would have already been like, what the fuck are you talking about? They have no interest in food whatsoever. Like, you lost me there. I love you already lost me there. I love food. I only work out so I can eat. I love bad food too. I mean, trust me, it has been years of balancing that, but I love it. I love it. I crave it. I was like, like, how interesting. I didn't like go into it more than that. I just like, how interesting. So then. Do you know what I would have said? Say you hate food. I hate food. What? I'm telling you, exactly how you said it. I would not have sugarcoated. You know, I would have got him with that. No, you would have got him good. I literally, that's why I didn't even like, I just said, oh my God, that's so interesting. I said, oh my God, that's so
Very
interesting.
kind of you.
I said, it's interesting. I didn't say it was fucking weird. I didn't say that you were a psychopath. I was like, that's weird. We were talking about Housewives because he's a Housewives fan. He's like, oh my God, I'm Team Monica. Like, I feel like they all gang up on him. Another check. I was like, that seems strange too. Like, she doesn't seem like a good person. Da. So that was weird. So the waiter comes by and she's like, do you guys want dessert? And I was like, no, I think we're good. So I'm very much kind of like over the date now.
He doesn't even like food.
You don't even like food. You're not gonna want dessert. So I was like, at this point, I'm kind of like, I've been working so hard on this date. I've been carrying the entire conversation. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm cutting it short. And I've never been on a shorter date in my life, by the way. This was an hour-long flat.
In and out.
Got there at 8, including ordering, paying everything, and left at 8:55. So then I was like, do you want dessert? I don't really want dessert. That's how I said it. So he was like, no. And I was like, okay, great. So then she comes back with the check. She puts a check down. So I like go and I'm like getting out my card and I'm not expecting him to like put his card out first or anything. I'm not expecting anything. But I put my card out. He continues to talk. He's talking about, I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. And I was kind of thinking, I was like, I wonder if he's gonna like split with me or he's just gonna expect me to pay because I was like, let's catch up. So then I put my card down. He never puts his card down. So then the girl comes and she's like, okay, here you go. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll pay. I don't care. I asked, to catch up. So I pay for the card or I pay for it.
Do you guys believe in the rule, if you ask, you have to pay? Do you believe in that rule? I know some people do. They're like, if you ask someone to go to dinner, then you're responsible for the bill.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe on a date, I feel like I would be a little bit more. That one was
a little more casual.
It was slightly more casual, even though like there was an interest. It was still more on the casual side. And I was more so like, let me just pay now so I can get the fuck out of here. Come over this shit.
You're like, please, let me pay.
I don't give a fuck. So then she comes back with the check, hands it to me, and I'm signing in. I give her the tip, whatever. And I noticed that like she drops it off. He does not say thank you.
See, that's the part.
Which I will say, I'm very surprised because I don't think, even if I've paid for first dates, I've paid for dates before, even if this wasn't a date, like I've paid for dinners before, and no matter what, even if the date, let's say, is horrible, even if the date fucking doesn't like me, who knows, they're always like, say thank you so much, like that was so sweet, like thank you for paying for it, thank you for dinner, whatever. And even if I've been on a bad day and they paid, I've always said thank you.
Of course.
Because I think it's just more like common courtesy.
It's common sense, common courtesy.
So then, doesn't say thank you. I actually found like,
those red flags are flying high.
At this point, when he didn't say thank you, I literally was like,
he's waving the red flags.
This fucking fool. So then we go. I was like, okay, cool, like ready to go. So then we go outside and I valeted and he didn't. So he had parked. But usually if I had a good time, I'd be like, oh, like let me drop you off at your car. I'll drive you. So now I was like, get your car safely. I was like, get your car safely.
You just walk on over there.
I said, it's nice to catch up. Let's not wait so long next time to catch up.
That was nice.
That's what I said.
That's nice.
I did not say I'll see you soon. Like, none of that. None of that. So I just said very specifically in my very specific tone, let's not wait so long to catch up next time. So then still doesn't like say thank you, which I find so fucking crazy. So then he messages me when he gets to the car. Like, I got to my car safely. And then I was like, okay, cool. I got home and then I messaged him back. I was like, oh, thank you. Or I was like, okay, cool. I got home too. And then he sent me his phone number. He was like, text me. And then I ignored it.
You're like, no.
So I was like,
thanks.
Oh. I ignored it. So then the next morning I was like, oh, I was busy last night. I was like doing my own thing. So then I double tapped the number one so that he knew that I had saw the number, but I'm not going to text you. So then he ended up like messaging me like, oh, how would you like, what would you like, how was your dream? Like, what are you up to today? And he was going to continue it. So I'm like, clearly he like had a good time or he was enjoying his time in some way. So I was like, so then it wasn't like really me that he had a bad date with. Cause I'm like, oh, then maybe he just didn't have fun with me. Like he didn't like me. He didn't like my vibe. That's totally cool. But it wasn't that. And he sent me his number and he wanted to keep talking to me. It was me that was like, girl, you're tripping. You're absolutely fucking tripping. So now I like low-key ghosted him.
Wow. Well, I mean, you had to do what you had to do.
I know what I didn't, because the thing is, I also just didn't know what I would have said.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, hey, all these things are red flags to me. Didn't even say thanks for the dinner. I think that like is kind of rude. And he's
so
my
nasty
age.
And so rude.
So nasty and so rude.
Nasty
and I was like, you're 32 as well. Like I think that's also crazy. I'm like, it's not like you're like 21 years old and you like have no fucking manners. Like you're 32.
I would probably like, honestly, if something that was a little more casual, I would split the bill.
For sure.
I would split the bill. Same. Like I'd be like, this wasn't like a guy asked me on a formal day. Like I would probably, if it was more like, oh, let's catch up, I would definitely split the bill if I agreed to go.
For sure. If it was a casual thing, 1000%.
Yeah.
And it was casual. We weren't like being flirtatious. Like we weren't doing anything. We were just like, oh, let's catch up. Because I didn't remember him from those 5 years ago.
Right.
And now I'm like, now I know why.
I was about to say, whenever you were telling me this is a bad day, I was like, do you remember why you quit talking to him now?
Now I do. Now I do. So now
he quickly jogged your memory.
It resprung it. And I will say I don't remember him from that time. I really don't.
Wow.
But it kind of sucks because I'm like, I don't like really like go on dates as often. Like I don't put myself out there as much on a date way. And when it goes horribly and it just goes it makes me like kind of like recluse more in a weird way.
Totally.
So I'm kind of like, it's just so frustrating to have a shitty date. Because it kind of like shakes you up a little bit and you're like, fuck, dude, like, why am I putting myself out there? Like, you know, sometimes you can feel like that.
It's like a waste of time.
It's like a waste of fucking time. I can do other things with my time. It's a waste of my money. I'm the one that's fucking split. I paid for everything. I offered to pay for fucking valet. Like, so that's a bust.
Wow.
So that was my pit.
Don't let that get your spirits down.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure there's another fantastic date headed your way. Another one bites the dust.
Another one bites the dust.
And we can check him off the box. Done. Tell Daniel to take him on a date.
I literally told Daniel, I was like, he's more your type than mine.
I bet Daniel was offended.
No, but I said like in a more physical way. I mean that more in a physical way because we just have different physical types, like aesthetically. And I was like, oh, I like this type. He likes this type, whatever. And that type fit Daniel's type more than it fit mine. Yeah. And I was like, girl, you should fucking go out then.
Girl.
The fuck? Why the fuck am I here?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just, honestly, it was horrible. And I'm gonna chill. You're
gonna take a beat.
I'm gonna take a beat. I need a month for a beat and then I'll go back.
I love that for you. Thank you to Adam and Eve for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage. You guys, guess what holiday's coming up?
Valentine's Day.
And I have the perfect shop for you. Check out adamandeve.com for Valentine's. They have different gifts and toys and outfits. And what's really cool is most of their products are 50% off.
You guys, let me tell you something. I have been on Adam and Eve multiple times. I've bought multiple things from it, and it really does make a difference. You guys, Laura, what are you gonna wear? What kind of sexy thing from Adam and Eve are you gonna wear for Tyler?
I don't know. I might have to.
We're gonna have to find something.
I might have to dig through your drawer of lingerie to find something.
You know what? I have the drawer of lingerie filled with Adam and Eve stuff. I'm obsessed. You guys, you can also get everything delivered to you in discreet packaging, free shipping, plus 50% off. It's honestly like kind of incredible. So if you guys want to go ahead and head over to adamandeve.com, be sure to use code FOOL. Again, that's code FOOL, FOOL. That's FOOL at adamandeve.com. So have a happy Valentine's Day. Thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage, you guys. A common misconception about relationships is that they have to be easy to be right, which is not correct, you guys. Sometimes it takes work, and you guys need to make sure that you guys are getting your mental health in there, because if you are feeling better about yourself, you're going to be feeling better about every aspect of your life, including your partner. And therapy is a great place to do that.
If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out the brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist. And what's cool is you can also switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. I know a lot of friends and family that use BetterHelp, and they have nothing but a positive review from it. So if you guys want to check it out, don't forget to remember Full Coverage. Become your own soulmate, whether you're looking for one or not. Visit BetterHelp.com/full coverage today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/full coverage. Well, my peak, because I haven't really thought of my pit.
How dare you? You wanted my pit and you haven't even got a pit.
Wow. I'm trying to think. Let me marinate on something that's happened. My telekinesis. Let me think about something. But I do have my peak, and it's my food content. You guys, I've been like tampering with food content on Instagram a little bit here and there throughout the past few years, and I have a lot of fun with it because it is something I guess you could say I'm passionate about. But you know how we used to be like literally passionate about makeup? Well, food interests me in my real life just as much. I cook like almost every night of the week. I cook a lot. Not every night of the week. I would say like 4 nights out of the week I cook. But I do. I cook a lot. I make a lot of food. I enjoy doing it. So I was like, let me incorporate this in my content because our content is kind of our life, you know?
Totally.
So it makes sense for me. So I've been playing with drinks and like food videos for these past few years. But this year I kind of wanted to hone in on it a little bit more. As not that I'm trying to like ease out of makeup and ease into this. I'm just trying to ease into something different that genuinely interests me because like I cannot be obsessed with reviewing products for 11
all the
years.
time. Right. It's hard. It's so hard.
I have to evolve. I have to. Anyway, so I have in my food content this year, maybe it's because I honed in on it more. Maybe it's because I'm putting a little more time and energy in it, but it has been popping off so hard for me and just going so literally crazy viral, like more viral than any of my makeup videos ever. And it's just been a really exciting new journey for me. I posted, was it yesterday or the day before? Anyways, recently this recipe with like bread and tomatoes and cheese, which I'm making for you. I'm going to make on Friday. I already bought all the ingredients to make.
Yeah,
you so are going to scream.
No, I'm a huge Brie fan, you know.
You're going to punch a hole in the wall.
I can't wait. I can't wait to punch a hole in the wall.
I am telling you, it is that good. You guys have got to try this recipe. Like sometimes, you know, I try stuff and I'm like, a lot of the sweets stuff I make, I don't eat because I don't like sweets like that. But this is like cheese and bread and sea salt and tomato. That is,
that's your bread and butter, literally.
I blacked out on it. So I made it and in 2 days it has almost 6 million views on it.
Shut up.
I don't know. And I'm like, dang, I ain't never posted makeup. So I'm like, at the age of 35, did I just find my niche? But I have
you have so many niches.
I do. I really do. I have no intentions on becoming like a full-time food blogger or anything like that. I really do not, but I'm just having fun and playing with it. And I don't know, it's just been doing so well and it makes me really happy. So I have to admit, like that genuinely is a peak for me this week. Like,
absolutely. And it's fun. Like you enjoy doing it and it's like a different passion. And
it's just so refreshing to do something like
cool.
Film something different. You know what I mean?
It is. It's like me doing the funny ones.
Yeah, it's like refreshing to do something different. So that's kind of how I feel about it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And you know, like not every food video goes viral. I don't care. That's not like the point of it. It's just like my food content. I just want it to be content that I'm proud of. Like when I post 100%. It, I want it to be beautiful and like something that, thank you, something that I'm just like, oh, that's so good. You know, like proud of.
Yes.
And like whatever happens, happens. But can you imagine like it going viral, like the bonus feeling you feel on top of.
Yes, because you're like, damn, I already loved it.
Yes. Because a lot of times like in makeup, like whenever I would do anything artsy or something I was proud of, it wouldn't do as well. But it'd be like, I'm still proud of it. Like I'm happy I posted it. But it's just like a bonus.
It's just an extra like hell yeah.
Yeah, it's an extra hell
like,
yeah.
Fuck yeah. Not only am I proud of it, but other people, it resonated with other people as well. Like that's a great feeling. That's literally like a big part of our job is like, you know,
it is
content posting and
it
resonating with people. Yeah.
It's a part of the job. So it's just made me feel really good about this niche and it kind of makes me want to lean in more and more, but I was already planning on doing that.
I told her, I was like, you need to do multiple a month.
Yeah. I told Manny, I was like, I'll do 2 recipes a month.
I was like,
and he was like, I think you need to do more. I was like, okay.
I love watching them and I love seeing them and I'm like, Lord, make me some. Like it's a fun thing. Also because we're both actually foodies, like we love to eat, we love to go and do stuff like that. So it's like for us both, even for me, like I enjoy your content like that you do like that so much. I enjoy all your content obviously, but that is like such a fun thing because it's something that you haven't been doing 10, 11 years.
No.
So it's like it's a fun thing and it's so savable and shareable and just like
yeah, I'm having really fun with it. So I mean, I have to say, like that really is a peak for me. It brings me joy. So I feel like sometimes it's so hard to find what will make you happy in content, you know, because it's like sharing part of your life. And I feel like have now unlocked, another little avenue, and I'm really enjoying it. So be prepared for more food content. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm kind of keeping it only on Instagram because I need to figure because the content's catered to Instagram, but I need to figure out a way how to deconstruct it for TikTok because TikTok, I like to talk to camera more. So
100%. I'm the same.
I'm trying. Yeah. Right. So I'm trying to figure out a way to get more food on my TikTok, but it is mostly on my Instagram. If you guys want to check it out, I mean, it's there.
There's something about like TikTok seems more personable to me than IG does. IG seems like a little bit more like
a blog,
a quick, catchy, bloggy, shareable, kind of savable kind of content where it's like if you're not doing something, the thing is with Instagram, if you're not posting something that's not going to give knowledge or that's savable and shareable, it's not going to perform well.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be something that's like passed around, you know? So it's like that's such a specific thing that you need to do for your content to be successful on IG. Whereas like, let's say on TikTok, you can just do like a story time, have fun, like talk to camera, and things can do great because people are like, they just resonate with the story.
Honestly, Instagram reminds me of Facebook.
Me too, dude.
Just to be honest with you, like the feed and the content and like what people like, and like food videos do so well on Facebook, like Delish, Foodie, you know, all those sites that blow up. And Instagram is slowly but surely Facebook.
Totally.
So the content you post for each should be completely different because they do not resonate for the same audience.
They don't. They really don't. And even I've noticed that too. Like sometimes, like I will say, like when content that I like to doing that's not beauty is like the funnier thirst trap, like funny ones. Because that's like just something I like to like lean into the comedy aspect of content way more now than I used to because I feel like a little bit less like, you know, at ease with it. But that tends to resonate more on IG than it does on TikTok for me. So it's like I keep it more to IG because that tends to be shared and saved and like people like really enjoy it. It's Facebooky. It's like that like kitschy fun, like just a funny reaction.
Yeah.
Whereas TikTok, like they don't really favor that as much. They want people to be staying on their platform longer.
Yeah.
You know, watching your content longer. So it's very different. It's quite something to try to figure out like what content performs well on each. And sometimes you got to post content to both.
Yeah.
That you just like really like, you know?
Yep. So
I love that.
Well, what's your peak?
My peak. Oh my God, you guys, I did like I was a little wild the other day at the gym. You know, it was post date. So I was literally like
post bad date.
It was post bad date. So I literally was like, I'm a hoe. You know, I felt very.
Oh, so you had hoe energy.
I had hoe energy because I was literally like, fuck dating. I'm going to be a hoe instead. So I went to the gym. Literally, this is 2 days ago, by the way. 2 days ago, I'm at the gym and I see one of my gym crushes there who I flirt with. We follow each other on Instagram. Like, we have communicated many times. Like, we flirt heavily, have like talked about hanging out before, like all that kind of stuff, right? So it's definitely someone that like I see and we flirt, okay? So I see him on the gym floor, so I go up to him because he's like stretching, and I'm like, do you need help stretching? And I was just being flirty and stupid, right? So this is like on a Sunday night, so it's literally like dead. Like there's no one at the gym. There's literally maybe 2 other people on the floor.
I need timestamps.
Like 7?
Oh, okay.
Maybe like 8, 7, 8.
Oh,
like,
that's
it was
late. So
late. It was like, it was literally on a Sunday.
Gym.
So literally it was like no one was
I was
really
gonna
there.
say my workout place is the most packed on Sunday afternoons, but it's like 5 o'clock.
But not like 7 p.m.
Yeah,
probably.
not 7 or 8. 8's late.
Yeah, it's like they're just like not going to it at that time. So I saw him and we were just like talking and chatting, whatever. So I go upstairs and I'm working on one of the machines and I'm stretching and then he passes by me and we just like wink and like we just do a little flirty thing. So then he's over there. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get going. Like I'm done with our workout. So I walk up to him. I was like, hey, I'm like leaving and nice to see you. There's 2 people in the gym. Like one's working over here, one's working over here. So then he goes in and I was going in to hug him, but he goes in to kiss me. So then,
how did you know? Like, how do you know? Was it like directly coming at your face?
Yes, directly coming into my face. And I was going to like do one of these. Does that not freak you out?
It
wasn't because I was already this guy that I have already flirted with, like thought he was like so fine.
You didn't catch you off guard?
A little bit, but I went with it. Like I was like, I didn't care. So then he went in. I was going for the hug, but he went into the kiss. So then I was like, all right. So we start kissing. We start making out in the middle of the gym floor.
I would have called the police and had you both arrested.
I should have been arrested, Laura. No, so then I was like, luckily there's literally only 2 people in the entire gym. Like I was like, okay, it's not like people are like watching, but I'm not that person. I'm not the exhibitionist type where I'm like, I want people to see me doing things.
You
like
don't want to be perceived.
No, not in that zone. So, but it was so funny because like there was like a girl working out and a guy working out, right? The girl was one that like was looking straight at us and I'm like literally making out. No. And she's probably thinking like these 2 queers at the gym. So we're making out. And I was like, all right, I gotta get going. So then we ended up like walking away. But then I ended up like going, I kind of like turned around, we were like talking for a little bit more, and then I went back and we kissed again.
Oh my God.
We double made
out. Get a room already.
I know, we should have gone to a fucking room. So then I was like, okay, I gotta go. So then we ended up, he messaged me afterwards and was like, I'm so glad I went to the gym at this time.
Oh.
He's like, you're such a good kisser. And I was like,
wait, this guy's really fine.
And he's fine. I showed Laura.
He's fine.
Showed all the gays, and he's fine. But
what do the gays say?
They think he's fine too.
Yeah, he's fine.
So then, we now have plans for Thursday.
I know what you're gonna do on Thursday.
We're gonna color.
It ain't dinner.
And it ain't dinner.
And it ain't dinner.
It's not gonna be PG. Let me tell you that. It's gonna be TVMA.
Well, you'll have to follow us up on next week's episode of Full Coverage.
Imagine if he like canceled plans. Like, all right, great. But no, he was like, let's hang out this week.
That's really cool.
And I was like, all right, I'm down if you want to hang out. I love that. If you want to hang out. But it was nice. It was nice because it made me feel like, I don't know, wanted in some way. Yeah. After like just having such a shitty date, I was like, fuck, dude, like,
yeah,
I'm a mess, you know?
You know what? I got my pit now.
No.
Well, I don't know if it's like specifically my pit, but I do want to mention it.
What?
Coachella is a wreck.
Laura.
Y'all, Coachella is doomed.
Worst ticket sales in 10 years.
The worst ticket sales in 10 years. And Lana Del Rey's headlining. So the math make sense.
It don't make sense.
But there's so much speculation as to why.
But why?
And it's not Lana Del Rey. Lana Del Rey has nothing to do with the speculation. Mm-hmm. Do you know what a lot of people are saying? That the Frank Ocean catastrophe like really reset people's thoughts. Like it just was so much bad press on Coachella and like so much brought attention to like what Coachella is. Like people passing out, people standing out there all night, it being freezing cold, them being in the desert. It brought so much attention to like what Coachella is in a negative press way and like how the artists act. Granted, it was just like Frank Ocean. I don't know like if other artists have really done that. So
I don't know if they have either, but that was the most recent one.
Exactly. That was the most recent headliner. So it still was like, you know, a lot of bad press and like a lot of people's speculation is that the Frank Ocean catastrophe opened up.
And Doja was one of the headliners too. Doja Cat. Who's also very popular. Doja, Lana, like I would be like, oh, like this would be
Doja's
sickening.
Also gotten a ton of bad press in the past year. You know, she's like gotten, I mean, I like Doja Cat, but she's just gotten like so much bad press. So maybe that plays into it too. But like you can go get, like, you remember how you would like wait to like grab a Coachella ticket really quick and like pray you got one? Now they're just like available. And
now they're literally just like trying to sell tickets. They're like,
please sell. So, you know, they will have a turnout for sure, but I think this is, I don't want to say the beginning of the end, but I think this is going to be the downward spiral.
The slope.
As an influencer, I guess my conspiracy is like Coachella has low key been like, I think we said 6 times because I've gone 2 times in 1 year.
Yep, exactly. You've been more than me.
And it's the same thing every single year. It's the same looks. It's the same food. It's the same parties. It's the same events. It's the same people. And so maybe just like the internet in general is just not as interested in it anymore because of how many years it's been the same thing over and over and over and over again. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. Who knows exactly why the ticket sales are so horrible?
I would love to know why.
But the first time in 10 years. Yeah. And people are getting rid of their tickets now, but that bought tickets because they don't want to go anymore.
I'm very curious. The thing is, like, I would love to see Lana. I would love to see Doja. Like, I feel like those would be such fun shows. But it's like, I don't really want to go to Coachella as much this year as I did before.
I don't either. And like, I want to see Lana, but I don't want to see her at Coachella because that experience is not
the same.
It is not like regular concert experience. It's like survival. It's pandemonium and survival just to get crumbs from, you know what I mean? So to hear on like a fuzzy speaker on the main stage outside, like it's rough.
Right.
It's like a rough way to experience a concert, to be honest. So like I want to see Lana, but I don't want to see her at Coachella.
I know it's tough. I was like telling Laura, I was like, would we like want to go this year? Like, would it be something that we would be interested in? And I was like, I feel like if I work with the brand and like we're doing something, I could see myself going, obviously, because for work obligations and like business. I would have fun doing it too. It would be like a win-win. But if I don't like go in a working capacity, or if I don't go with the brand and we're not doing something, I can't imagine myself ever like, let me just buy a ticket for this and go. Like, I just don't think it's gonna happen. I know. Like that. Like unless it's like, you know what, maybe, you know what can happen? I'll do some content out there. I'll make it an experience for like a brand deal. Yeah. But if it's not that, I just don't see myself wanting to go.
Right.
Because of like for some reason, like the vibes have just like slightly shifted.
Yeah. The vibes have shifted on Coachella. The vibes have officially shifted. So who knows why?
Maybe part of it is because of the shit show that was last year.
There's a lot of speculation on that because it's like that was like a crazy thing that happened. And now you see this juxtaposition in ticket sales. So it has to like play into it. I don't know. Did Frank Ocean ruin Coachella for life? My God.
The title of the episode.
My God.
Did Frank Ocean ruin Coachella?
What the hell?
No, I don't know. Like,
it was very impactful, apparently, what happened though that year.
I mean, clearly, this is the worst ticket sales they've had in 10 years.
Yeah.
Something right.
Yeah, something right.
Or what if people just want to stay home and they don't want to leave the house anymore?
I don't buy that. Maybe. I mean, that's my reason, but
you're like, no, yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Actually, that's why I don't want a ticket.
Like that's
my reasoning.
Pretty fucking correct, actually.
So I don't know, but I wanted to bring that up as my pip.
Hey, Full Fam. This episode is proudly brought to you by Lola V, an award-winning hair care line founded by the amazing, incredible, wonderful Jennifer Aniston. You know, hair so iconic, it needs no introduction, you guys. The cool thing about Lola V is that the ingredients are incredible. Lola V is all about naturally derived plant-based goodness, no silicones, no sulfates, parabens, or gluten, and of course, cruelty-free, and it's vegan.
Baby, as soon as I found out Jennifer Aniston was coming out with a hair care line, I marched myself to the store I bought all of it. I did, because Jennifer Aniston is known for that good hair, and I want that Jennifer Aniston hair, and I fell in love with all of it. The shampoo conditioner is fabulous, but I will say one standout product to me that's my all-time favorite is the Glossing Detangler and Perfecting Leave-In Conditioner. If you have frizzy hair, definitely give it a try. It's fantastic. Unlock Jennifer Aniston approved hair at lolav.com. As our loyal listeners, you'll get an exclusive 15% off your entire order when you use code FOOL at checkout. I'm going to be using this code too.
Shit.
That's 15% off your order at LOLAVIE.com with promo code FOOL. Please note you can only use promo code once per order and discounts cannot be combined. After your purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. That's 15% off your order at LOLAVIE.com with promo code FOOL. But anyways, let's jump into 2016. And Manny, I want to ask you, why do you think people are saying it's coming back? Because I don't see any resolution as to it coming back.
Wondering where the I hear 2016 makeup's coming back is coming from. Who heard it and where are you hearing it from?
Who is it?
Who
said it? Who's
starting it? Where does the rumor come from? Like, I feel like I've been seeing it more on TikTok than anything, of like creators being like, oh my God, 2016 is coming back. And I think also there's something to do with like the fashion aspect of like things just kind of getting recirculated constantly. Recycled, you know, like things that like, let's say millennials loved when they were younger. Now Gen Z love them 10, 20 years later.
8 years is not soon enough for something to be recycled, though.
I agree. Like, what could be recycled back then?
It was too soon. You know what I mean? Like, 2016 was too soon to already be recycled, you know?
Other than glam.
Yeah.
Like glam hair, like things like that. It's like, I've been seeing a lot more.
I don't see that glam coming back.
I don't either. It was too heavy.
I don't see people wearing it.
In real life, I definitely don't see it. I see it. You know what? Because we live in LA and we go to beauty events, like I see full coverage everywhere all the time. That's something I always see.
But that was consistent. That didn't go away and come back. You know what I mean?
But that stayed. That's always stayed. Like the base has a lot of it has been very. The base has stayed. We know we've added blush, but
and a gloss.
You know, and a gloss.
And a gloss.
But the base has pretty much stayed the same. It's more so like the intensity on the eyes that I feel like has been what's changed from 2016, 2017, 18 to now. Like,
and the lash, that's the eyes. That's the eyes.
Yeah. So like eyes and brows, like this section has been a little bit like highlighter, the amount of highlighter getting used to.
Thank God.
Baby, the big ass lash.
People don't like when I say that. They're like, how dare you? You're the reason we wore makeup like that. So I get it. But there is a time where you can look back and be like, well.
What was I doing there?
It was heavy.
Yeah, no, the thing is, like, at the end of the day, like, at the time, like, I loved doing what I did. Like, I loved my makeup. I loved everything about it. Looking back, I'm kind of like, you know, it's a bit heavy. I like what I do now more. But, you know, that was a time. And that's literally what everyone was doing. And it was fun. Like, I enjoyed the aspect of it at the time. But now I'm just like, I don't really want to do that as much anymore because I've just kind of grown out of it.
Well, there was a TikToker and she made me laugh so hard because she goes, you know, they're like 2016 makeup went out of style. And she's like, I don't really think it ever went out of style. I think people just got sick of spending hours doing cut creases. And I was literally like, oh.
Honestly, that could be a big part of it too. It's like just not wanting to do
like
long looks. Because some of those looks took me forever. Took so much effort, just took so long. And now people just kind of, I don't think that they want to do a blue purple cut crease.
They don't want the blue and purple cut crease with glitter. They don't want the blue purple cut crease with glitter to go to Target. They don't want to do it.
Or sometimes, or if they do, then it's sickening. But yeah. I don't
extra
want
sickening.
The extra sickening. I just don't have the desire to take the time. And also, like, my hands have gotten shakier with my old age. Like, I'm like, babe, I can't cut this crease.
Oh my Lord.
With this hood?
It's just nice for things to evolve.
Do you see this?
Eyes?
Do you see these hoods?
With those hooded eyes?
Babe, where my crease gonna go?
Where's it gonna go?
Not in this 8 years later.
Not in this economy.
But it is funny. It is funny seeing all these things that was like 2016 makeup's coming back. And it's like, what was it? What was it that was just bold eyes?
What made y'all say that?
Bold eyes and big bold brows.
Did someone put on a Miami lash? Someone must have used a Miami.
Someone put a Miami flare, and they said, a Bella. They put a Bella on. And suddenly it's
2016 makeup's coming back.
No, literally.
Now.
It's all crazy now.
Because I still see everybody still doing 2021 makeup, but that's just me on my timeline.
I know, and I wonder, like, what is like coming back about it? Is it just fuller on the base? The base, like, literally never changed. At least event-wise, like in the industry, in the beauty industry, like the base has pretty much stayed the same.
Part of that is because, though, flash photography is used. When you go to an event, you take a million videos and pictures with people and like flash photography, so people don't want to be caught up.
And like caught with that sheer coverage.
You don't want the sheer coverage. More is better glam for that because then it sheers out with the flash, because flash removes 50% of makeup.
Literally.
Sure.
And if you're not at least 2 shades darker with flash, you're washed
Flashback
out.
Mary.
Yes. It's fucked.
Turns into flashback
So it's like,
Mary.
I wonder if that's aspects of it, or like people just aren't doing full glams to do more chill things.
Yeah.
That was in 2016. Everyone was doing full beats to do like Target.
Yeah.
To go to school, like to do those things, where now it's like people are doing a little bit more lighter beats for those things.
I cannot imagine doing 2016 makeup to go to class at school.
Oh my God, no.
I used to take this foundation and rub it on my fingers, not even everywhere. And then I had this black track liner from MAC. One line, no curled lashes.
No.
Two swipes of mascara and chapstick every day. I have no idea.
To where?
To school. That's what I would do. And then I would go to sleep.
No bronzer, no blush,
no nothing. And then I would go to sleep every night in it. And then in the shower, whatever came off. No acne though.
You
beautiful skin.
Bitch.
I know my skin blew up when I was in now, not then. Now
Laura's
when I have my
skin
18
back then, like she shows me photos of her old her, and I was like,
just
you fucking kidding me?
None.
Nothing. It was clear as a whistle.
Clear as a whistle.
And with that routine,
sick.
With that,
sick.
Me over here using St. Ives apricot scrub and still breaking out.
I don't even think I owned a face wash.
Not even a clean and clear?
No.
Not even a Neutrogena?
Bar
a Proactive?
Bar soap and whatever came off in the shower.
Laura, that is literally wild to me.
I swear to you. And now I have a 20-step retinol skincare, vitamin C, LED mask routine. And my face is breaking out. I'm like, fuck!
Maybe you should go back to the bar.
I know. I'm going to sleep with
we're like, maybe we go back to the bar. Do you know what's funny? Like when I start to break out a little bit, I shorten my routine. Do you ever do that?
Why? Because you got to figure it out.
Because you figure it out. It's
you got to eliminate which one's doing it.
I eliminate like aspects of it. Like if I'm breaking out and I'm like, fuck, I have like a rash or something. It's only my Laneige spray, the mucin, and then Tatcha doing.
Can you imagine what I cut out with this fucking rash?
Honey, gone. The whole thing. Gone.
I mean, I was down to Vaseline, and even that pissed it off. I was like, "Oh my
even
God!"
Fucking petroleum.
Yes,
you couldn't stop
even
it.
Do it.
Fuck, dude.
I know.
We have iconic little moments that we wrote down too. The things that happened in our past,
that you
Laura.
may have never known about,
or they do, and they're just like, "Damn, this is a memory lane." What about 2016? Why don't we go down to 2016 first?
All right.
Because you know what's funny though, when I was going on my like phone and my like just looking at that stuff, I actually feel like the bold, intense glam was 2018 more than 2016.
I agree.
2018 was like the makeup was very intense, the editing, the Facetune was intense, like everything was intense in that aspect. Whereas 2016,
that's 2015. So I don't know.
But that's not over Facetuned. You didn't Facetune.
No,
that's what I'm saying. It's like you're like the overly intensely glam photos where I feel like more 2018 vibe, 2017.
It's true.
Like your glam as fuck, but that was not like over edited either.
Right.
So let's say like I would say one of my cool moments of 2016 would say was I was the first male ambassador for Maybelline.
Yeah.
That was a really cool moment for me. I was very, very proud of that. Me and Shayla were like the faces of their mascara and we did a commercial with them, and I was the first boy to ever do anything with
the
brand
Maybelline
that big.
boy.
To be Maybelline, yeah, to be a Maybelline boy, and like they never had a male brand ambassador before, and I was the first one.
That's amazing.
And it felt very cool. Felt very like groundbreaking.
That is groundbreaking.
You know,
That's really amazing.
8 years ago, I was, and now here I am working with CoverGirl. No, it's just cool. It's really cool to see it was really cool at the time to see those big brands wanting to work with, you know, boys at the time, because that was just not a thing. In
2015, almost 2016 because it was December, but I went on my first brand trip to Miami with Motives, and I have a picture
Is Motives
here.
still happening?
I think it is. I don't know. I have no idea actually, but that was can you believe almost 10 years ago? This was my first brand trip. 10 years, 2015. So one more year.
9 years. It's been 9 years,
9
Laura.
years.
Your first brand trip. To Florida.
Yeah. And so what the premise of the trip was, Motives work with all the bigger influencers. So they allowed each big influencer to pick a small influencer that they thought would one day become a bigger influencer to come on the trip. So that was like kind of like your plus one in a way. Like you get to pick, and someone picked me. And they thought I might be a big influencer one day.
And you did.
And Miriam NYC, you were right on the money.
We love you, Miriam.
Yeah, she picked me. We're still friends to this day.
And that was like very like, that time was a very like Vegas Nay.
Yes.
Vibes,
oh my God, I forgot. That was like a Vegas Nay post.
Sure fucking
I was probably trying to get a shout out from Vegas Nay.
Do you remember that? She was like a shout out page.
Yeah, you would like tag her in the hashtags. Oh, Vegas Nay.
No.
I tagged her in the post.
Holy
I wonder if it's still on the account.
I remember that was a very...
Dude, she still posts.
The
she hasn't posted
pages.
since 2022. She's done. She tapped out.
That was a big like... Back then it was really big to like for these reposting pages or like a share for share. Do you remember share for share, Laura?
Yeah, you would share their posts and to grow followers.
That shit was crazy. It would literally be like a shout out for shout out. Like you would create a post and then do a collab with another person to share like followers or share like community. It was such a fascinating thing.
Yeah.
But the S4S was wild.
Wild. Okay, what else happened in these
Tarte
years,
Bora Bora, 2016.
I think Tarte Bora Bora was the biggest Roman Empire brand trips.
100%.
Tarte Bora Bora. And
100%.
Would you believe that was my first Tarte trip?
No, I think that was actually mine too, Laura.
That was my first. No, it wasn't. You went to Hawaii.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Was it on after?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, first.
And did you go to Turks and Caicos too?
No.
Okay, you did Hawaii. They did 2 Hawaii trips. I think you went to both.
I went to both.
I didn't go to either.
Got it.
But
Bora
that was
Bora,
the first. Bora Bora.
That one I feel like at the time was like the biggest brand trip that they had ever had. Because it was Bora Bora. It was influencers from all over the world. It wasn't just US influencers.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone got a +1. Mm-hmm. So imagine like, let's say 50 influencers plus their +1s taking over the Bora Bora 4 seasons.
Baby, the budget they had.
Maybe the budget was insane.
The budget was insane.
Plus, like, just like in general, like everything was just crazy. Like they gave out like drones, I think, this trip.
Mm-hmm. All kinds of stuff.
And this was what, 8 years ago?
Yeah.
They did like the wildest things.
They did.
This is like, and I remember, I'll just never forget that trip. I'll never forget it. It was just such a like, almost like bonding experience though, because it was nice to get a bond with like other beauty creators in the space at the time.
That's where I got to know everybody, because I only knew at that time, like for real, like Miriam, you, Patrick, Chris, and Dominique.
Yeah.
And there were a few others I knew.
Yeah.
But like we were like light acquaintances, and I feel like I got to know people on that trip.
Yeah, you gotta like hang out with people
and like made friends.
Make friends, be closer with people. I feel like also like the cool thing about brand trips is that you do get to like know people more.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're kind of with people for days on end. You're not just like showing up to an event and it's done.
Yeah.
Like you get to like really get to know people in a different capacity. You know?
I agree, because you're stuck on an island with them for days. So.
I gotta get to know you.
You gotta get to know.
Whether I hate you or I love you, I gotta get to know you.
What else happened in 2016?
In 2016, let me see. What else I got?
I came out with my first ever collaboration with Violet Voss in April of 2016.
Laura.
And we sold out.
That was fucking iconic.
And I was a smaller.
And I still have it.
Like I was like known. Oh.
I still have it.
I have mine too. Does anyone else have your Laura X Violet Voss palette?
Laura, that fucking palette was so beautiful.
Okay, but it was
the color
because
story
like
was insane.
I'm sorry, but that is 2016
to a T.
To a T.
Baby, that was
Kim
that
Kardashian
was giving.
just made this palette.
That was.
This is where she got her inspo.
She got it from the Violet Boss X Laura. Let me see the shit.
She dug deep.
Laura, this is literally a better version of like the Morphe 350. Like
literally.
Like that. Do you remember 350?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
That was crazy. But dude, that collab was so slay. And I remember like this, mind you guys, remember 2016, 2015 times? This is where it's more rare to get a collaboration.
Oh,
like, this wasn't like a thing.
Yes.
Getting a collab back then was like
huge.
Oh my God, you want to collab with me? Like this is fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So during this time, it was like, oh my God, like you got a fucking collab?
It was crazy. Like if you got a collab, now it's like dime a dozen. I'm not trying to knock any collab at all. They're all very special. It's just different.
It's because back then, like collabs just weren't happening as often, so brands didn't want to take as much of a chance. Whereas now it's like they want to collab with influencers and it's like great, but back then it was like, what the fuck
now it's more of
doing?
a chance for the influencer to collab with the brand. Like, do you want to tie your name to this brand? Do you want to get in bed with it? Do you want to work with this brand like that? Like now it's like the opposite, but back then, and I remember we sold out, and then so I went to dinner with or maybe it was lunch with the team, and they brought me a brand new Chanel bag. Oh, I know, that wasn't like in my contract or anything.
That wasn't the thing either.
No, they just showed up with the brand new Chanel bag, and they said, we want to do a restock.
And they're like, if we give you the Chanel bag, will you let?
I actually earned, the deal was a commission. It was you know, like they paid me for pallets sold, so I had to put work in. Like it wasn't like
units.
Here's hundreds of thousands of dollars for a collab. It was like, if you can sell these pallets, you'll get paid. Yeah. So, they were just really nice. They were fantastic to work with, though. Like literally angels. Like every single drop of that palette, they let me create from scratch. Everything I wanted to do. They helped guide me because I had never made makeup before. And they were kind of like, this is how this works. Like, you're going to want a mirror and like, you'll want to put logos here. Like, because I even got to design the outside, everything.
Oh, but I love it because it's so sleek.
Very sleek. So, like, which is shocking for me because like I was very cast pajamas. So to come out with such a sharp palette, like.
You're like, damn, that's like so.
Like that palette was better than some of the makeup I created on my own. So I don't know. It was.
You said, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
All the creative juices went to that one first.
Yeah. I literally don't have a negative word saying, you know how people when they collab, there's always some shit that went on. There was nothing, and I got a Chanel bag on top of it, and we restocked and sold out again.
That was so sickening. Yeah, and that palette was fantastic.
It was.
Violet had great formulas.
They did.
Like, it was just great.
They did.
It was overall fantastic. I did. I think at this time I did Gerard Cosmetics Serenity lipstick.
Oh my God. I remember we were at Kathleen Light's dinner for hers, and you come up to me. But hers was with Makeup Geek.
It was Makeup Geek?
Was it Gerard? Kathleen Light's or was like her million dinner?
It was her million dinner.
It had nothing to do with makeup. And I'm getting to know you. Like we know each other, but like we're not besties yet.
Yes.
And you pull this Gerard Cosmetic.
Tiny, it was like this big.
Out of your pocket, and you go, come here. This is my new lippy. I'm coming out with Gerard. And I'm like, let me try it. I still remember.
No, I honestly, like, you just unlocked a memory because I completely forgot that happened. But it's true. I remember, and I had it in the sample prototype packaging. And I was like, I'm coming out with this called Serenity.
And I'm like, oh my God, I've never seen a pink nude like that ever, Manny.
Fucking shit.
I want it so bad.
I'm so fucking horny for that
I'm going to sell 1 million of them. You know that. That was probably our literal conversation.
No, and it was crazy because like that, the Gerard one is like what opened the doors for me for a lot of the other collabs I had ended up doing, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was like the first, like my first inkling, just like you with Violet Voss, so like what it was like to create something. And that's, I think, what helped really inspire like to create my own line and, you know, moving in that direction of like, you know, what I do now. Like if I didn't have those collaborations, I would have never created Lunar Beauty. They're amazing stones to be able to step on to get to where I'm at.
Yeah.
Which was
this
wild.
Is an evolution.
Yeah.
It's amazing. In May 9th, 2016, I hit 1 million subscribers. I just hit 1 million subscribers in 2016. Isn't that crazy?
That's insane.
That's insane. But back then, like 1 million was like 1 million. Now 1 million's like 100,000.
Totally. It's like it kind of.
I mean, like if you're a smaller creator, I don't ever want to dilute like the joy of growing, but I'm saying there's what happened is the influx of influencers diluted numbers.
Totally.
So it diluted the numbers.
It's just a little tougher. It's harder to grow nowadays than at the time because there weren't as many influencers doing
But it was harder.
influencing.
I personally think it's easier to grow now and harder to grow back then because there wasn't as many people watching.
I know exactly what you're saying. I think it's just in a different way. It's like there's like a tit for tat where it's like now there's a lot of influencers, but there's a lot of people watching.
Yeah.
Whereas back then it was like less people watching, less influencers. So it's just like everything has just grown. So everything's just grown at different capacities. But I will say like now I can't imagine just randomly starting now to be a creator instead of starting 10 years ago.
Yeah, because it's so, what's the word? Saturated. It's so saturated.
It's very saturated now. So I think that's like the difference. Like back then it wasn't saturated. There wasn't as many people watching. Whereas now it's like caboodles and caboodles with TikTok included, obviously, because the reach is way different than just YouTube once was.
Yep, that's makes sense.
Crazy.
That makes sense.
It's insane. I will say like I had a cool moment. 2016, I was in People magazine for Ones to Watch.
So at this point, we're becoming closer friends because I remember I went to your once, like the party. Like people had a party and it was celebrities everywhere because it was for that. And I remember you invited us to go. It was like me, Patrick, Kristen, maybe? I don't know if it was Kristen.
I think definitely like Nikita and Gabriel too.
Yes, maybe it was our crew or something.
Yeah, I think it was like the more like crew at the time, but it was crazy. Like I couldn't believe that I was like honored with like being in People magazine as like one to watch for like as a creator in general.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Because at the time, remember again, like this wasn't really happening as often. Like you didn't really get that like 8 years ago a magazine being like, oh, this is so. Now of course it's like again dime a dozen like magazine. It's always included, but back then it was like holy fuck.
Yeah,
your magazine.
Yeah,
with People.
I remember in 2016, Two Face threw me a party for hitting 1 million subscribers.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. I'm trying to see.
Yeah, 2016 was when we really started.
It really was the year where it was like the kickoff. It was the kickoff. And
our friendship too.
It was
the kickoff. Like it was like really kicking off in 2016. Like it's when we started to really like
start to get to know one another outside of being acquaintances.
Yes, it was like we're more than acquaintances now. What about 2017? Us being the face of Nick's mascara.
Oh my God. Did we ever tell what happened with that? That shit is so funny, that story.
I think we did.
I feel like we did.
I think that they do know that our lashes were shit.
Our lashes were shit.
But the thing is, like, Nyx wanted to work with us. Obviously, as you guys know, Nyx wanted to work with us. And I mean,
we were so iconic. Like, I'm not even lying.
At that time, we were like at the top of our game in a way. So it's like we did this campaign with NYX for their mascara, and
which, by the way, we love the mascara.
No, the mascara was great. I was literally like, this is fantastic. We just don't have the most luscious full lashes because we always wore falsies. So when we're doing this mascara campaign, they're like, okay, we're gonna do mascara campaign. It's gonna be great. We're looking, and it literally looks like we have like.
It looks like shit. Like in the campaign, it looks like we have 4 crumbled lashes. Like it looks like shit. We were trying to build up. I remember we did the mascara on ourselves.
Oh yeah, we tried
everything. We're like, oh my God, like, and like in a campaign like that, like we didn't want a mascara gate, but like NYX, like you cannot Photoshop like that. No, you can't do that.
Exactly, and they weren't going to like. They were like, you can't wear like anything. Like it has to be the mascara only. So I just remember like happening, and like I feel like we ended up getting into a good spot.
Slash on.
No, I did not.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, bitch. But they ended up looking like as decent as we could possibly get.
It did look decent. Honestly, for real, it looked real.
I mean, it was real. Like that's the reality.
It looked like a normal person's lashes. Brands only work with people that have dynamically like the best lashes ever. And I'm like
that curl and that are very intense.
I'm like
people with lashes like out to here that naturally curl. The brands want to use mascara campaigns with them. They don't want to do it with people like us who have lashes. That have real lashes that go like this. Mine literally go like that.
Yeah, mine too.
It's sad.
I've been heating up my lash curler, and it's a game for years, and it's a game changer. It will lift those bad boys.
Baby, they'll be lifted, and the curl will stay.
The curl will stay.
I've done it, and I burned my eyelids.
I have burnt my eyelids literally 20 times. I swear, skin has come off.
She never warned me. I was like this. I'm like, oh, like, is that how you just do it?
Do it at your own risk.
I felt like fucking Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone. But that was really cool. And I remember that they hired Kim.
Oh yeah. So then they were like, okay, well, their lashes suck, but we still have them in the campaign. So then they were like, Get Karen.
Get Karen. She has nice lashes.
Karen has the best lashes.
She has really nice lashes. So they did, like, I remember they did a shoot with her as well, like separately.
And so
they look really good on her.
The campaign is like me and Manny together, and there's this little bubble in the corner with Karen's lash with Karen. It's just Karen with her
lash like this. Just like,
they had to throw her in. They were like, girlie, we need somebody in here that has an eyelash.
We need a real lashed up bitch up in this piece.
Yep.
Because we didn't, have the biggest lashes ever.
No, we did not.
But I mean, at least like if mascara works on us, maybe the mascara is sickening.
Yeah.
It's actually sickening, not just because someone has curly and naturally long lashes.
Right.
Yep.
Well, also in 2016 was the Too Faced Peach Palette launched, and I was like,
oh my God, you were the face campaign. Of that. You were literally like the fairy.
I was the fairy.
Laura.
Yes.
That was so fucking cool.
Yes. It was so cool.
I forgot all about that.
And so they were like, party. We're going to have a peach party. And I'm like, okay. Like, I honestly, to God, did not think much about it because Too Faced had always thrown events and they were very cute. Mm-hmm. They did not tell me.
This was crazy. The event was crazy.
That it was going to be one of the biggest events I've ever been to. They never said that. They never said the event was, and they had me made this special porcelain version of me, the fairy. They had it made for me, and the PR girl went to go get it, and someone stole it from the event.
You're kidding.
Some bitch took it from the event and took it home and stole it. So whoever you are out there, I want my peach fairy that was made for me. It was me.
Maybe it was the hater that was going around talking shit about it.
Oh yeah, there was a hater talking shit about it. It was probably they tried it too.
Yeah, they tried it. That's what I'm saying. They absolutely tried it at the
little
event.
Did people know I was battling behind the scenes.
Battling for fucking.
Because how dare
these bitches are trying it.
Bitches try. Well, they always try me. So.
And here we are.
And I was on the mic. Thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you for coming, because, I am the star of this event.
Kristen literally was like, oh my God, I can't believe all of this. Like, I planned, and I was like, no, Kristen, I was shocked. I'm in the same shoes as you. I thought this was going to be an event with 30 people.
I come in a tank top. I thought this was going to be a chill ass
event. Y'all are lucky I put on a nice outfit.
Baby, honestly, they should have warned.
I had no idea. There it is.
Laura, let me see it. Let me see this shit again. Hold on. And this, you get turned into one, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, when Jared was still running.
Make the sweet peach as fast as we can. Now let's get a palette in everyone's hand.
And I turn us into like, that was me.
Shut the fuck up.
How crazy is that?
James and the Giant Peach, but fairy.
Do you know that they are still selling the peach palette to this day?
Oh yeah, it's so good. It smells like amazing.
It does. It smells so good. And so that's the fairy they stole because they had the. I know. It's devastating. That could have been something like you could have forever. I remember being like, I don't even care, like, because the night was so much. Totally. I was like, but then I remember like days later, it hit me. I was like, some bitch stole my fairy. Like after everything had settled down and like my senses were back.
Yes, your wits are about you. I was like,
someone stole my fairy. Someone stole my fairy.
I can't believe that.
I know.
That's dark, Laura.
It was dark.
That's really fucking dark.
Well, whenever you have something great, people always want to take a bite.
They want to take it.
They want to take a
I in 2017 I won the AIA. I won the Influencer of the Year award.
Wow. Oh, I remember this. I won remember this.
The award for it.
And they did not tell you were going to win.
No.
And
I didn't prepare nothing.
Yeah, you had no idea.
No clue. I was actually very surprised because I did not think I was going to win. I
think that's amazing. This
is crazy. Like, why? Like, what? What are you talking about? And so that was crazy. In 2017, I won the AIA award for Beauty Influencer of the Year.
That was
and I literally still have the award.
That was amazing.
That was also the year I walked the Marco fashion show.
Oh! That honestly, Manny, if you could go back, I would ask you to do the exact same thing because it was just so iconic.
Do you know what I would have done, Laura?
What?
If I were to go back and if I could change one thing, I would have put a heel on.
You need those stompy feet, baby.
Baby, I would have put a heel on because I would have felt the fantasy and I would have been swaying a little bit more.
Baby, those stomps, they would have had some rhythm. You needed a heel.
I needed a fucking heel. And no one told me that if I put that boot on, it was going to cut off half my foot.
Baby.
But yeah, that was a very a wild time because that does pop up still, even to this day.
In 2017, I went on a brand trip with L'Oreal and lost my wedding ring.
What, that was then?
That's not an accolade, but it is something that happened.
That happened in 2017?
That happened in 2017. That's how long ago.
Damn.
I know. What'd you do with that award? AIA.
I just have it.
You still have it?
Yeah, I just have it like in my section of things I'm proud of.
That's awesome.
And like at my desk. But that was kind of, I remember being like, oh, that's really cool. We also did the benefit thing that year.
We also did Necker Island.
Oh my God.
In 2017. And we did the benefit campaign. And I did my MAC lipstick.
Oh my God. You had so many fucking iconic things in 2017.
I mean, iconic.
Oh my God, I remember like we were the face of the products for benefit. I was Hula.
I was Precisely Brow Pencil. And there was a bunch of influencers in it, but they let us be the packaging for like months. And so, yeah, that was a really cool thing because Benefit does not fuck around and do anything like that.
No,
and I haven't really seen them do anything like that again.
I haven't seen them do anything like that either. And it was really cool. Like it was all things that we just genuinely love from them. And like, obviously, as we still are, but like huge Benefit fans. So it was really cool to see that like this was like at a time where we were like we already loved the brand, working with the brand a lot, and then they wanted to work with us in a paid capacity. We were like, holy shit, like
it was major.
Not only are we like, do we love this brand, but they love us back enough to like want to work with us in a capacity.
I remember I did the collab with Mac, and me and Gabriel Zamora were the two
the US
people that did the lipstick collab, and then we beefed with them online.
I know, I remember shredding them.
You had to shred them. And
they deserved it. How dare they not post you guys?
Don't try it.
I think it's fucking crazy that at MAC Cosmetics hasn't posted Gabriel or Laura on their page or acknowledged their collaboration. That's already sold out.
And I'd do it again.
And I do it again.
Sorry about it.
I did think that was crazy, and I remember people like activated when I said that.
They did because they felt the exact same way.
Like,
because
yeah,
listen,
what the fuck?
We come off these collabs with Violet Voss, who shows you all the support in the world. You come off the collab with Benefit that we just did together, shows you hella support, has your face on their packaging in all the Sephora's, crazy, and then it goes to MAC.
And this is MAC testing the waters with influencers at the time. Because remember, they were the latest to the game when it came to like bigger beauty brands. MAC was the latest to the game when it came to adopting influencer culture.
How crazy is it that they were the latest, but the biggest brand in the world?
Crazy. Well, that's why they were so late, because they were so big.
They were cocky.
Like, we don't fucking need you.
They were cocky. And it got them.
And ¿qué pasó?
They got the wrong one.
And then so they didn't even support their collaboration. They just kind of wanted their names to use it for their selling power, but didn't want to support Laura and Gabriel and the whole entire team that was doing it. And I was like,
I'm like, do you think I want to make a lipstick? I've been promoting MAC for a year. You can go back and look at my channel for years and years and years. This is just another situation where I'm supporting you and you're not supporting me. Like, this is just another of the same. And I'm like, this is just not going to happen because y'all have my face and name on the packaging.
And absolutely. It sold out quick.
Yes. Sold out within hours. Done. So it's like, if you guys think you're going to sweep this under the rug, honey, the support goes both ways.
They thought that because it was sold out and it was gone, that they didn't have to promote you or support you guys. And your guys is part of the collaboration. And I remember being like, oh no.
I flew to Canada to Mac's lab and made that lipstick myself. And they pretend it didn't happen. Ma'am.
Diva.
So I'll be honest. So I came crying to Manny, all upset. And Manny said, I'm about to go the fuck off on these bitches.
How fucking dare they? I'm gonna write a letter. That was literally me on my phone like this.
But then when the audience was activated and they knew what was going on, they ate them up.
And I said, oh, they're not going to get away with this.
And then there was a post.
How fucking dare they?
Mac was like, congrats to Gabriel and Laura.
They sure did. And guess what? They posted after.
Girly.
It took some shit, but they posted.
It wasn't even them working with influencers. It was me by myself. Over. You know what I mean?
Really
like, it felt like there was like
promote in any way, shape, or form before we popped off.
Right.
We had to pop off. We got to do the damn thing.
That was iconic. What else happened?
I mean, what other iconic things happened? There's just so many. Let's see. I feel like now we're starting to get into 2018 territory, to be honest. You know, I will say though, in 2017 is when I started to really hone in on Lunar Beauty, which is very exciting for me.
Laura Lee Los Angeles, October 13th of 2017. We dropped Cat's Pajamas. I mean, I don't have any timestamps or anything.
No, but that's like what, yeah. Not that I have a timestamp or anything, but yeah, I remember 2017 is when I was like at the end of my, like finally creating my components, like everything was like coming to an end.
You're in the woodworks.
I was in the woodworks of it launching. And so I remember I was like scrolling through my photos for this video and I remember seeing like my prototype components in 2017. And I was like, oh my God, how crazy that it goes back to technically 2016. I started it all, but 2017 is when I was getting all the prototypes
and everything,
and I was actually getting everything together and launching in 2018. It was crazy. I'm like, the fact that we launched brands that long ago,
girl.
Laura, 7 and 8 years ago, I think.
Dang. Okay, yeah, look there.
What the literal
I'm sorry.
fuck?
The 13th. How funny. How?
Of
2017. September, we announced it, and
7 years
October
ago.
13th. Oh my gosh, it doesn't seem like that long ago.
No, it doesn't. So for me, it would be 6 years because it's 2018.
Wow. Lipstick Nick and Jesus hair.
Oh, and they beat you down.
They beat me down.
Honey.
They always said. Actually, just kidding. David Scissorhands did this hair, not Jesus. Jesus
But he did a lot of
do-
your campaigns.
He did a lot. Jesus did most of my campaigns. David Scissorhands slayed me too. Killed it.
That's so crazy. Like the fact that we started that long ago seems like
Our brands.
a blur.
When did you launch Lunar Beauty?
2018, the beginning of 2018. So I was like, holy shit. Like we like literally right back to back low key.
And
we had
then
launches.
April 2018 is when we did our second launch with Nudie Patootie.
Oh. And that is, I think, has been your bestseller, hasn't it?
Absolutely. How crazy is that?
Crazy.
I
remember doing it was funny. 2018 is I posted my first TikTok in 2018.
Stagecoach was 2018.
2018. We did Stagecoach with
Stagecoach.
Estee Lauder.
You say you posted your first TikTok in
18.
I don't know when I did because I was on Musical.ly.
I was on Musical.ly. That's why I posted my first like.
So I don't remember
because it was in the midst of transitioning from Musical.ly into TikTok, and I remember getting a deal. I actually did it because I had a deal, and they were like, "You need to download TikTok," and I was like, I literally don't know what that is.
They said, well, you're gonna know.
They're like, you're gonna know. So then my first one is literally me. It's actually such a dorky deal. It's me asking Zaya like which outfit I should pick. It was like for something so random. I was like, this one and this one. Like Zaya's looking at me like, and I'm like, you're so right. That
I love
one.
that Zaya's in it.
And so it was just really funny that 2018 was my first like TikTok post because I feel like I didn't actually really start getting into it till like 2020.
Wow, that's amazing.
Right? And 2018 just...
Well, it was a fun ride and it's still going. I think like if both of us looked at us now from that time, we'd be so proud of ourselves and where we're at. We'd be so proud of how much we've grown and like our content and everything. Like we really would.
Absolutely. It was like such a crazy time. It's funny because like whenever people think about like 2016 makeup, to me it's like 2018 makeup.
I know.
2018 makeup was like the bold, intense, wild makeup.
It hit its boldness, like the most boldness in 2018.
Like, the most like overly edited version of glam drag was 2018.
Yeah.
And now it's like people are like, oh my god, 2016 is coming back, and it's like, you mean 2018?
Yeah.
But yeah. But it was crazy. It was a wild ride. Like those years were very pivotal years for us.
They were.
And I'm so proud of us.
Me too. I'm so proud of us. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this little rundown memory lane from our past. We're so glad we got to experience that, but we're so happy where we're at now.
Baby, grateful does not begin to cover it.
And I would like to stay here. I would like to stay here for a long time.
And this is where I'm going to be.
But we thank you guys for watching. We love you guys, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Bye, guys. Mwah.